Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I know I am. Today, I'm going to share with you a time lapse of a painting I did last week. This one is going to be a self portrait that I have heavily stylized and added a bit to. As you will see soon, it shows me with a mohawk, and if you know me or have ever seen me, I do not have a mohawk. Not yet, at least. So as usual, I start off with a rough sketch, although here recently I might be moving towards a more refined sketch in my longer paintings like this one. This painting actually ended up taking about 4 hours to get to a semi-complete state. I'd call it complete, but there's probably definitely some stuff I could have still done. So after blocking in some colors to choose from, I zoom in and I begin doing a more detailed pass over. On this piece, I really tried to preserve a lot of these colors so it has kind of a, colorful, wacky, kind of really bright and vibrant look at the end, kind of like something out of the 80s, maybe 80s or 90s. So, as you'll notice throughout all of my paintings, as things might get a little wonky, I'll use the lasso tool, select it, and move it around. This is one of the reasons I like to work on one layer, because then I can just move things where I need them to be without having to search through and find the right layer of where that is. So this beard here, I painted it in real fast, and I actually ended up pretty much keeping it the way it looks all the way through to the end. I really liked it. Sometimes the faster you move, the better it looks, and that's why I've been doing those hour-long paintings every day. They've really been helping me do quicker, more concise brush strokes, and I really like the way it turns out when it's done right. So another thing I've really been working on is trying to figure out all of the keystroke commands, the quick commands for Photoshop, so you can switch between tools without having to grab the mouse. It's really handy when you're using a pen tablet, because when you got the pen in your hand and you got your left hand on the keyboard, it takes a few seconds to grab the mouse and move over and grab a tool. So I'm trying to get a lot better with the keystrokes, and that's why in the first few you've been seeing, I pretty much just stick to one brush, and if I have a problem or with the edges, I'll just grab the background color and paint over it, which I'm trying to work away from right now. Actually, it makes it a little bit tougher in the end to get the background, where I could be just throwing a background in real quick. I'm having to spend time because I don't want to paint over into the focus, whether it's a portrait or an insect or flowers or whatever. So I'm getting a lot better about switching over to the eraser rather than just using the brush all the time. And that's part of using the keyboard shortcuts. The ones I'm really trying to get in the habit of using at the moment are the eraser, the masking tool, which creates square and circle selections, and then the paint bucket tool, which I'm starting to try to use a little bit more. It's another thing that can speed up the process. But on this painting, I'm still only using one brush, which I have actually this week moved out of. I feel pretty confident in my progress so far, so I started using a few more brushes on the paintings I'm working on this week. If I start to backslide and start spending too much of my painting time, selecting brushes, I'll probably go back to just using one brush. But there are definitely advantages to using multiple brushes, getting multiple textures, multiple shapes. I mean, it makes some things like painting trees go from easy to impossible. So I'm definitely going to work them back in, but I don't want to let it consume the painting. This is one area where I believe watercolor is far superior to a digital painting for all the power that it has, because you can take one or two brushes and you can create tons of different kinds of textures and thinnesses, everything with just one or two brushes, which is awesome. But again, I'm unable to do watercolors at this time, so this is what I will be doing. So once again, I decided to do a graffiti kind of thing over a cloudy sky. Now I was going to do more of the graffiti after I'd finished the sky, but after I'd finished the sky, I really liked it and I didn't want to cover it up anymore, so I decided not to do that. I feel like the sky came out really stormy looking and I loved it. Now, the last thing I had to work on, and it ended up taking me quite a bit longer than I had imagined, was the hair. And I'll be honest with you, hair is one of the things I struggle with probably the most. Something about it, it's hard to find a happy medium between painting every single hair and being able to tell that it's hair. So all I know is I wanted it to be colorful and kind of wild looking, so I tried as hard as I could, and I kind of like how it came out. I could definitely like an improvement, and I will definitely continue working on this sort of thing. But I'm just gonna finish this video up with some music. All these songs that I've been playing are a band that my brother and I had started a long time ago called 4 Ohms. This song is called Zoop Song, so I hope you enjoy. If you would feel like it, feel free to like the video, maybe throw a comment down below, and consider subscribing to my channel. And have a great and wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.